Hi everyone, welcome to another video. Hope you're all doing well. So today we're doing an unboxing and this is one that I've been looking forward to for quite some time. It is the brand new starter set for the new version of Konflikt 47. So if you're not familiar with Konflikt 47, it's by Warlord Games. And think what would happen if World War II went in a very different direction. So a weird world war with a bit of dieselpunk thrown in. So basically when the US were testing the atomic bomb in Los Alamos, this has opened up rifts. And these rifts are what power the storyline of Konflikt 47 because they've allowed access for new scientific breakthroughs, all sorts of crazy new technology, and even genetic manipulation and stuff like that. So that is what Konflikt 47 is all about. And this is the new starter set featuring two of the powers in the game. We've got the US forces and the Axis as well. So what we're going to do in this video, take a look at the starter set, see what's in the box, take a look at all the sprues, and have a brief chat about this new version of Konflikt 47. So without further ado, let's get in the box and see what we've got. So I've already taken the cellophane off because it was really quite reflective. So we'll turn the box over so I can just show you everything that we get in the box. So we're basically getting two factions in the box, mini armies for each of the powers in the box. So we've got the US forces and the Axis. So we're going to get a full colour A5 rulebook. We're going to get a Stahltruppen hero, if you like. He's like a platoon commander. We also get a US firefly platoon commander. We're getting 12 multi-part plastic US fireflies. We're going to get 6 of the Stahltruppen, so that's the heavy infantry. We've got a US M2A5 linebacker walker. We've got the Axis Vogel light walker. We've also got some little bits of terrain, some plastic terrain buildings and stuff like that. We've got decal sheets for the United States, decal sheets for the Axis as well. We've got a dice bag, which will be similar to your bolt action dice bag. I'm sure it's a pretty basic one in here. We've got order dice as well, which are the same as your bolt action order dice if you're familiar with those. Then we've got the new rift dice, which are what gives a lot of these units their powers and stuff we'll talk about in a minute. 10d6, and then we've also got some pin tokens and the little markers that you get in bolt action that I'm sure nobody uses. Then we've got plastic bases obviously, and then an MDF base for the walker. And it says here a free field manual download QR code as well. Not sure what that is, but that is everything we get in the box. So let's turn it over and let's get the lid off and see what we've actually got inside. So this artwork on the box, by the way, is by Stefan Kapinski. I'm sure you might have heard that name. Throughout this box and obviously through the rulebook as well, which we'll see in a minute, there is some absolutely gorgeous artwork, and over on the Warlord community website as well. So there's our dice bag. It is pretty basic. I've got my bolt action dice bag here. You can see it's better quality. They are doing these for Konflikt 47 as well with the different logos and stuff on there. But it's nice that you do get a basic dice bag in the box, but I won't be using that. We've got our rulebook, A5 full colour rulebook. So let's take a look at this. Oh my god. So it's nice that it's an A5 rulebook. I know sometimes you do get full-size rulebooks in the box. Sorry, I'm just trying to not reflect that light. So we've got the 5 main factions on the front here as well. We've got the British Commonwealth, we've got the US forces, we've got the Axis, we've got the Soviet bloc, and we've got the Empire of Japan. Turning it over, I'm just going to read you the blurb. It is 1947. Humanity has breached the barrier between realities, using rifts to create previously impossible technologies. Driven by this esoteric knowledge and rift energy, a new era of both science and superstition has engulfed mankind. The fires of World War II rage as brightly as ever. Nations bloodied and scarred by years of fighting launch fresh offensives and counterattacks. Weapons of unprecedented destruction and beings of unnatural origin dominate countless battles across land, air and sea. In this horrifying new world, the only victory lies in survival. This is not war, this is the end. So basically, that's a better premise of what Konflikt 47 is all about, and much better than I could have described it. So in short, basically, as I said earlier, when the US were testing the atomic bomb in Los Alamos, it opened up a rift which allowed access to all these new technologies and scientific discoveries, and there's messages coming from the other side as well. Some see it as divine in the US as well, which is part of the lore in here. And then when the Allies bombed Dresden in Germany, it opened up a second rift, and it gave access to the rifts for the Soviet bloc, the Empire of Japan and the Axis forces as well. The rulebook is full of gorgeous artwork. If we look in the front cover, you might recognise some of the names in here as well. Former Games Workshop people, Andy Chambers, Gav Thorpe, Alessio Cavatore, Rick Priestley, Stefan Kaczynski, who's doing the artwork, as I mentioned, Bill King as well. So in there we've got the law and stuff like that for each of the factions, and we've got obviously all our rules and stuff like that. And as I say, it's a full colour rule book, loads of nice artwork and stuff like that. And if you've played Bolt Action, you have basically played a very basic version of Konflikt 47, because this is rooted in V3 of Bolt Action's rules, which is a very popular rule set. Bolt Action's a great game, and Konflikt 47 is based on Bolt Action, and a lot of it is the same. So for example, the activations where you give units order dice, the order dice come out of the bag and stuff like that, and also taking pins and things like that as well. But there are obviously some differences. For example, a unit with an ambush order in Konflikt 47 can charge into close combat, whereas you can't do that in Bolt Action. And then of course we've got things like the Rift dice as well. So units have Rift dice, and they have active and surging abilities, and you can also exhaust your Rift dice as well, which give kind of like a super ability, but with a cost to it as well, which is going to penalise you. So if you give it an example, the Stahltruppen, they can exhaust their Rift dice and then will automatically pass a test for an advance order and remove all pin markers, but then for the next turn they are slow. So obviously there's your penance for doing that. So there's like that push-pull mechanic, which makes it really interesting. As well, there's heroes as well. That's a new thing for Konflikt 47, and they have new stats, so guts, rift mastery and luck, so all sorts of stuff like that. And I'm looking forward to getting into the rulebook and finding out exactly what's what, and playing my first game really. So this is 200 pages, whereas Bolt Action's rulebook is 320 pages, and one of the reasons for this is there are no unit profiles or army lists in this book. They're actually all on the Warlord Games website, so that sort of cut the book down a little bit from 320 pages to, I think it's 200 pages in this book. Yeah, it is, it's 200 pages. So that's pretty cool, and all those army lists on the Warlord website are free, and you can get them in the app as well. So I'll just move that to one side. Just talking about the lore again as well, if you want to know more about Konflikt 47 but you don't want to actually purchase anything, if you go on the Warlord community website, there's tons of articles there about each faction with loads of nice artwork and some primers on the lore and the history of Konflikt 47, so that gives you a good introduction. And also, if you can find one, this month's edition of War Games Illustrated has tons of info on Konflikt 47. You also get a free sprue as well. So mine came with a free Firefly infantry sprue, but you can also get them with the Axis Stahltruppen sprue as well, so it depends if you can find one and you get the one that you want. So moving on, what else have we got in the box? We've got a double-sided playmat. So this is just a card playmat. I'm not going to unfold it all because it won't fit on the screen, but it looks like we've got like a wasteland style on one side, and we've got ruined streets and stuff on the other side. So that's pretty cool that we get that in the box. Let's just move that to one side. And now presumably we're getting on to the goodies in the box, the plastic. So let's take this off. I think it's just a, yeah it is, it's a lid. Move that out of the way, with a nice Konflikt 47 logo on the front there. Okay, so we've got, first of all, our starter Firefly and Stahltruppen figures. So this is the platoon commander for the Stahltruppen heavy infantry and the Firefly infantry there as well. That's pretty cool. They're resin, not plastic, by the way. Dice. So we've got our starter set dice. So we've got some order dice for the US forces. We've got order dice for the Axis forces, D6. Then we've got our Rift dice here. We've got some green ones and some black ones. So the order dice, if I just get some out of my Bolt Action bag, are exactly the same. So there's no changes there. So if you've got a load of order dice for Bolt Action, then you've already got order dice for Konflikt 47. It's just the Rift dice that you'll need, which you can get separately as well. So there's your Rift dice. There you go. Packed for you by Morella. Thank you very much. We've got our bases for our infantry, the US infantry, and then we've got bases for the Stahltruppen. So you can see there's 6 of those. Looks like we've got 15 of those. Move those out of the way. And then we've got our sprues. So let's look at the Firefly infantry first. So we get 3 sprues, all identical. So I'm just going to move the box out of the way slightly so you can see the sprue. So on each sprue there's 6 troopers. So we've got, I think, 9 sets of legs, but some of the legs are attached to the torso. But you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 repulsor units. So you can make 6 from each one. And there's actually 19 heads on each sprue, which is pretty incredible. So I've just moved that in for a closer look. So we've got helmeted heads, we've got heads with the jump masks and stuff like that, and then we've got some bear heads as well. In total, we've got 6 of the M1X Tesla powered Thompson, so the experimental Thompson. We've got some BIR rifles, we've got some ATRD, we've got rocket launchers, we've got more BIR, we've got all the shoulder pads, we've got all sorts of hands pointing, fist clench, we've got pouches, rockets, all sorts of goodies on these sprues. Let's try and bring it in for a closer look at the detail on the body there as well. These are really, really nice, hard plastic as well. I'm looking forward to getting these put together. So it's nice that you get loads of options on the sprue. Just looking at it, I think my only gripe would be there's like a spare rocket launcher there. There's a pistol there as well. It's like a 1911. It looks like there is no spare Thompsons. So if you wanted to give someone a rocket launcher or a BAR, for example, you can't give them a spare Thompson to stick on the back or anything like that. So that's a bit frustrating, but it looks like a really nice sprue. And as I said, there's 6 on each one. And we get 3 of these sprues, so 3 identical sprues. So just make sure. No, you don't. You get 2 sprues. Sorry, talking nonsense. 2 sprues with 6 on each one, which gives you your 12 Firefly infantry sprue. The reason I was saying 3 sprues is because I got one on the front of that magazine. That's what's thrown me. So yeah, 2 of those sprues. And then when it comes to the Stahltruppen heavy infantry, this is the one where we get 2 sprues as well, so we get 6 of these in total. Now if we look at this sprue, you can see there's 1, 2, 3, 4 sets of legs, but there's only actually 3 torsos, so you make 3 of these per sprue. So the Stahltruppen, we get 9 heads on this one from the looks of things. So we got some bare heads, and then we've got different helmets and stuff like that. We've got some with an antenna on there as well, so you can denote your leader. They kind of look like the Helghast from Killzone. On these sprues, we get 3 of the STG-44, sort of double barrel assault rifle, if I can just find you one, which is this one. We also get 1 MG42 somewhere, there it is. So we've got MG42, and then 2 MG42s, sorry, and then we also get an anti-tank gun as well, which I think is this one here. So you can model one with an anti-tank gun. And then it looks like we've got some shoulder-mounted rocket launchers, pouches, daggers and stuff like that. So really, really nice looking sprue again. Looking forward to getting these built. These look like they're going to be quite big as well. Yeah, some spare rockets and stuff like that. And there's some pointing hands and things as well. So yeah, not quite as jam-packed as the US sprue, but again, a really nice looking sprue. Looking forward to getting these built. I think these are going to be the first things that I get built and painted, I think. So let's get these 2 out of the way. Next up, we've got our pin markers. So basically, these are what you put down when you've got pins. If you played Bolt Action, you know exactly what these are. I'm not going to dwell too much on those. And come in a nice red plastic. And then next up, we've got our Vogel spinner walker. So 2 sprues. I have been looking at something online where somebody was building these. So basically 2 sprues for the Vogel spinner, and you've got 3 turrets. Turret A is light anti-tank with a coaxial autocannon. Turret B is a Maschinenschwerer, which I think is a gravity weapon. And then turret C, you can have a flamethrower on that turret. And then turret C is a twin light autocannon. So you can see the different turrets. And the good news is you can build all 3 and swap and change them out if you want. The only thing is, on one of them, you can either have the gravity weapon or the flamethrower. So that's like on one of the turrets. And then on the turret with the light anti-tank and the coaxial autocannon, you get the option to add, if I just find it here, the commander. So we've got a commander poking at the turret, and he's got a couple of different head options as well, which is really cool. So this is your spindly leg walker. I'm looking forward to getting this one put together. It looks like the legs are on rounded ball joints as well, or semi ball joints, so you can pose this in a variety of different ways. I don't think it's going to be too big looking at the body, so not a massive machine if you like, but it is classed as a light walker. And then we've got our plastic terrain. So these look like identical sprues with some ruined buildings and stuff like that. And we've got 4 of these sprues from the looks of things. So nothing too special really, just some nice plastic terrain with bits of pipe and stuff like that. So it's nice that you get some stuff in the box that you can put together with your player mat if you're going to be using that. Better than nothing, so can't complain there. And then we've got our M2A5 linebacker walker. So this is the United States Forces walker. So this one is across 3 sprues, and we also get a nice clear plastic canopy as well. Now, one of the interesting things about this build as well is the canopy is on a hinge, so you can actually have it opening and closing, and then there is details for the pilot that you can just see there. So you can paint up the pilot, and you've got the canopy there which can hinge open and shut, or you can do it like the box art where they've actually painted over the clear plastic canopy and just, I think, glued it shut. So this one, in terms of options for the linebacker, for the right arm you can have a twin heavy machine gun, you can have twin autocannon, twin bazookas, and then for the left arm you get this, which is a light Tesla cannon. So I think from what I've seen online from people who have built this, you can actually magnetize these and swap them out fairly easily. So I'm going to be building all 3 weapon options for the right arm and then seeing if I can swap them around with magnets. Then I believe the chin for the walker, you've got an option of a twin medium machine gun or a flamethrower, and these can actually just be swapped out via this little peg here as well. Now, interestingly as well, this walker is all on ball joints and stuff like that. So the way they've built it on the box art, it is very sort of stood up, still and stationary, but from what I can gather with these ball joints all across the model, you can pose the legs and the arms however you want. So I'm sure that the community are going to come up with all sorts of cool dynamic poses and things like that. Then we've got our templates as well, and then we've got all the different tokens, which I won't be using, to be honest with you. Obviously we'll be using that, but these, yeah, I'm not really going to bother with. Just move them to one side. And then in the box we've got an MDF base for the walker, we've got another base there, we've got our transfers, and then we've got instructions for the US Firefly squad. So a picture of the sprue, numbered, and then we've got detailed images of all the heads, the torsos, the repulsors. So we've got legs jumping off various bits of terrain, or you can have them on the ground. So different options there as well, which is pretty cool. Then we've got our different arms and stuff. So it's saying that left arm 66 goes with right arm 67, so it's telling you which one's which. And we've got all sorts of different bits, so BAR ammo and stuff like that. We've got a map bag, ATRD ammo, mines, ammo pouches, left hands, right hands. Pretty cool. Nice detailed clear instructions, so that's really nice to see. And then we've got at the back examples of your finished squad. So it's nice that they come in separate instruction manuals rather than one big one like some Games Workshop boxes. These are obviously going to be the same instructions that go in the individual kits. We've got the Stahltruppen heavy infantry, again a separate instruction book, same sort of thing, picture of the sprue, all numbered, everything's listed as to what there is, and then nice clear build instructions and all the different arm options that you've got. So you can see, for example, on this one, all sorts of different weapons we can choose. That's the anti-tank gun, which is pretty awesome. You can see there, anti-tank. We've got shoulder-mounted Panzerfaust. We've got MG42, STG44Z, and then some bear heads as well. So very, very nice. And there's the logo for the Axis. And then we've got our linebacker jump walker. Tons of options here. Some nice transfers for this one. Quite a lot of steps in terms of building this walker, but it all seems nice and clear. Hopefully this should be a really good fun build. There's your different weapon options, so auto cannons, super bazooka, heavy machine gun, and then we've got the chin mounted medium machine gun or the flamethrower, and then the light Tesla cannon for the left arm as well. And then there's your finished walker. As I said, the pose that they've gone for is very straightforward and rigid, but I'm sure the community are going to come up with some decent options. US Forces logo on the back there, another base, and then we've got our Vogel spinner light walker. So body goes together, fairly simple. Legs, nice clear instructions again, and then we've got one of the turret options there. Hatch can be fixed open or closed. another turret. And then we've got the option for the commander there as well. Antenna can be fitted if you want to do a command vehicle, which is cool. So light tank, light anti-tank gun and coaxial light autocannon. Vogel spinner with machine Schwerer, light autocannon, and some different paint options there as well, which is pretty awesome. I like that one. And there we go. And then this is our free getting started guide with some links to the website and various other bits, so you can see some of the other units that you can get here as well. So then we're talking about genetic manipulation and stuff, genetic engineering. That's some of the crazy stuff you can see in Konflikt 47. So a more heavier walker for the Axis there. Now obviously we've got a tank there with a Tesla cannon mounted on the turret, so pretty awesome. So that is everything we get in the new starter set for Konflikt 47. Loads of plastic in the box, as you've just seen. It's nice that we get 2 armies in the box as well for a starter set, so if you wanted to split it with a friend you could do. That's always an option. I'm not going to put everything in the box because, to be honest, I can't be bothered, but as I said, that is everything we get in the box. So let me know in the comments, what do you think of the new starter set? Are you interested in Konflikt 47, or have you never heard of it? What do you think of the US forces, and what do you think of the Axis? What's your favourite out of the two? And if you are interested in Konflikt 47, are you planning on picking up the starter set, or are you already playing Konflikt 47 and you've already got an army? Do let me know in the comments, because I always look forward to reading them. At the time of recording this video, it's Friday night. Tomorrow when this video goes live, I'm actually going to be at the Warlord Games open day down at their HQ. It's the launch of Konflikt 47, so I'm looking forward to getting a couple of demo games in, hopefully. Seeing if there's any exclusives there to pick up. I'm going to be picking up some Rift dice. And hopefully meeting some other people as well who play Konflikt 47, and some other members of the community. There's a few people I know that are going, so if you are going, if you're watching this video when you're there, or you're on the way there, come and find me, because I will be there. But obviously if you're watching it after Saturday, it's already been and gone. But that is it. That's the new starter set for Konflikt 47. As I've said, if you're interested in Konflikt 47 and you want to know more about it, then the Warlord Games website, Warlord Community, has links on there to all sorts of different articles for Konflikt 47. So there's law primers for each of the factions. So as I said, we've got the US forces, we've got the British Commonwealth, we've got the Axis forces, which is Germans, Italians and all sorts. We've got the Soviet bloc, and we've got the Empire of Japan, and they all sort of utilize Rift tech in different ways as well. So for example, the US forces are very heavy on Tesla weaponry and stuff like that. And like when you're using your Rift abilities, you can exhaust a Rift dice for Tesla weapons, and it will arc to different targets. So, you know, imagine a load of people in a unit getting additional hits because of the Tesla weapons arcing. So that's when you're surging your Rift dice. So cool stuff like that. Whereas the Axis use a lot of gravity weapons. So they use like gravity projectors, which can crush enemy tanks and crush enemy units, all sorts of different things like that. And if you want to know more about it, there's loads of stuff on the Warlord Community website. They've been putting out articles about all the different types of Rift energies and Rift usage, and how forces have got access to the Rift and stuff like that. Really quite cool. Like one of them is a pilot's report of flying over Dresden after it's been bombed and the Rift opened, and all sorts of weird gravitic anomalies that he encountered when he was flying over there on his recon mission. Pretty cool. It's all well written from what I can see. And the other thing about the website as well, with these articles, there's tons of artwork, really, really gorgeous artwork. So do check it out if you want to know more about Konflikt 47. But anyway, I've gone on long enough. I'm really looking forward to getting these built and painted up, and I'm looking forward to playing the game. I really enjoy bolt action, so hopefully I'm going to enjoy this, and I predict big things for this game, to be honest with you. From watching a couple of battle reports now, and reading reviews of other people who have unboxed this and have played the game, things look very positive for this. Hopefully they're going to be following up this release with new stuff. There's supposed to be new plastics coming for each of the factions, so hopefully they keep this going, they give it the support that it needs, because the first edition of Konflikt 47 was originally by Clockwork Goblin, and then Warlord Games bought the rights to it, and while it released and they pumped out loads of stuff for it, and then that was it. It sort of fell by the wayside while bolt action was the star of the show. So hopefully this is going to be the focus for Warlord Games for a while now, as well as bolt action obviously. and I do predict big things for this game. I might be wrong, but I think it's going to be very, very popular, especially with a lot of people getting fed up with Games Workshop and Warhammer 40,000 as well. It might drive some people to play this game, but that's just me theorising there. As I said, if you're interested in Konflikt 47, let me know in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, please let me know by giving it a thumbs up. Let me know you've enjoyed it. And also don't forget you can hype the video as well if you've got that option. Just swipe on the comments and you'll see a hype button. You can do that up to 3 times for any video that's been uploaded within 7 days. So if you do have that option, make sure you press the hype button. If you didn't enjoy this video, rather than giving it a thumbs down, just leave me a comment, tell me what you didn't like, because that helps me make better videos going forward. Don't forget to press the subscribe button as well, so you don't miss out on future videos. You don't have to press the little bell notification, so you don't get spammed by videos, video notifications, but pressing subscribe really does help me and help get my videos out there. It's very difficult on YouTube for wargaming content at the moment. I don't know what's going on. I've been talking to a couple of other creators about it. It seems that the videos are not getting the views that they used to get, so it's all very strange. So if you are watching this video and you've enjoyed it, please share it, because it will really help me and other creators out as well. It's hard going at the moment. But anyway, that's it. I've gone on long enough. I've already had a glass of wine tonight and I need to go to bed. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you for sticking with me till the end. I hope you've enjoyed this video, and I will see you in the next one. Take care.